Hi, everybody. Welcome. How are you? Good afternoon to you. It is a beautiful, warm day here in Oregon, and I am settled down to do another react for you to Asweetmadness. You guys know that I'm covering Asweetmadness here on my channel, as well as looking around at other locales that might be out there. One thing I keep noticing while doing my search, there seems to be a lot of scammers and beggars on TikTok. I thought YouTube was bad. Y'all, TikTok has us beat. Hands down, they have us beat. There are so many scammers and beggars on TikTok. It is ridiculous. While I was researching new cows and going on to videos, people were dropping names of other people that should be checked out, and I've been adding to the list of different people that I'm going to be researching. But today, we're going to talk about Asweetmadness again, because she's become my new favorite cow. That's right. She's my new favorite cow for the moment. I'm sure there's going to be more. Let's talk about Asweetmadness, Willow Shirley, and friends. Now, those of us who are not Willow Shirley, who are not narcissists, we have friends and we value our friends. Having a friend can be a wonderful thing. They are not only people that we hang out with, that we spend good times with and make memories with, but they can also be confidants. They can keep your secrets. They can give you sound advice. They can be a valuable source of outside information and perspective. Unfortunately, when it comes to narcissists such as Willow Shirley, NARCS tend to drive people away with the lies, with the begging, with the pressure to give them money or help them out. At some point, even the most patient, loving person, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you get to a point where you are worn out, you are tapped out, you cannot give anymore, and you have to leave. So I'm going to cover a few videos of Asweetmadness today, talking about a roommate situation that she had to go through. She had roommates that abruptly moved out, and her doing a short video where she talks about losing friends. Gee, I wonder why, Willow. I wonder why you lose friends. It couldn't be because of your sparkling personality, could it? I mean, you're such a friendly person, so loving and so generous. Couldn't be that. No, it has to be something else. There has to be something to that. Why is it that you're losing friends and roommates? And why is it that the common denominator in all of it is you? Why is that? Why is it the common denominator of all of those situations is you? Could it be you? Could you be the cause? We're going to find out. And I would like to give full credit to the channel WNDYS for all the clips being used today. I will leave links for all the videos in the video description, so please check out their channel. Give them a like, give them a sub if you'd like. So we're going to get into it. Yeah, I really want to dive into Asweetmadness and see how much in common she has with our dear Foodie Beauty. And it would seem she's got a lot in common with Foodie, because just like Asweetmadness, Foodie just seems to have that knack for driving people away and tapping people out on their resources. And ultimately, they leave her as well. So let's get into it. Let's see. Let me see which clip I want to start with first. How about the shorter one? Again, this is courtesy of WNDYS. The title of this video is Asweetmadness Loses Friends Due to Begging for Money, TikTok Scammer Beggar. So let me just go ahead and bring that up. It's a very short clip. We'll just get into that. Okay. Just making sure I am where I need to be. Perfect. All right, guys, let's go. Let's go.
I don't know if I'm going to go live tonight, but have you ever had one of those days where everything seems to go wrong, no matter how hard you try to keep it from going wrong? that's kind of where I am right now. I seem to have upset two people that I really, really like. And one being a friend I've had for almost 16 years, and another being a friend that I just met recently. Not in person, but still, it doesn't matter.
You know, it's funny how when a narcissist describes a situation, when they talk about it, they say, I upset a friend that I've had for 16 years. They don't go into detail. Y'all notice that when it comes to a narc? They don't say exactly what happened. What happened? Like, what went down that you had a friend of 16 years and you upset them? What did you do? Narcs always leave that part of the story out, or they lie about it. More often than not, they will describe the situation as something happened and it really wasn't their fault. They'll always paint the picture as, I don't know what happened, or was the other person's fault. But she's deciding to come on camera, airing out all of her personal dirty laundry. This is her TikTok. She doesn't have to do that. And honestly, she shouldn't be doing it. If she has a TikTok where she's using it to perhaps raise money or make money, the last thing you want to do is to get on TikTok or YouTube or any platform and show a lot of negative energy. It really does not paint a nice picture of yourself. It doesn't add to a nice vibe. But go ahead and tell us what happened, Willow.
So I'm not having a very good day.
Well, you know what? Not to be an insensitive beach, but if you're not having a good day, if you're upset, Willow, what you should do is turn the camera off and go talk to somebody offline or do something to calm yourself down before you turn the camera on. You're coming to your audience and again, airing out all your dirty laundry. For what purpose? What could anybody online do for you? If there's a situation between yourself and a couple of friends and there are some fences that need to be mended, maybe take a moment with yourself and think about what you did or what you said and figure out how to make amends with those people versus coming online and telling people about a situation they can't offer any aid for.
Could really use something going right.
That right there. You know what that was? That was her throwing out the hook. That's exactly what that was. She's throwing out the hook. She's coming on camera, acting all teary-eyed, but I don't see any tears, saying, I'm having a really bad day and things are going not so good with a couple of friends of mine. I could really use something. Well, tell us what the something is. I'll tell you what the something is that she's hoping for: money. She's coming on camera and she's literally doing dry begging because she's begging with implied emotion, but there are no tears here.
Maybe tomorrow will be better. To the people I upset, I'm sorry.
Why are you telling people on TikTok this? You're coming on TikTok and you're saying to the people that I've upset, I'm sorry. Shouldn't you be telling that to the people you have upset? Wouldn't it be better served to go to those individuals, make a phone call, go to their house, pay a visit, and say, I'm sorry in person? It would be much more sincere. It'd be much better received than saying you're sorry to a whole audience of people that you didn't offend, Willow. I don't understand that. Do y'all understand that? That's like upsetting somebody you know in your real life and then going up to the mailman and saying, I'm sorry. If you did that, he'd look at you and go, what are you sorry for? You didn't offend me. If you offend someone, if you upset someone, go directly to that person. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just go directly to that person and apologize. Show remorse and regret about what you did. Look them in the eye and apologize. You're apologizing to your audience, Willow. They didn't do anything. You didn't do anything to them. What are we talking about here?
Even though...
And you know what this is? You know why she's apologizing to these people using her camera? Because she's a coward. She's an absolute coward. If you have someone who's your friend for 16 years, that's a long-term friendship. 16 years is a long time to be friends with somebody. And I would think a friendship that's gone on for that long, that is definitely worth saving if indeed they are a good person. So if you have a long-standing friendship with somebody and it means something to you, why not go to them? Why talk to the camera? Are you afraid to look that person in the eye? If it means something to you, you'll swallow your pride and you will apologize to that individual.
With one of you, I shouldn't be, because I did nothing wrong.
There we go. There it is. The narcissist. I did nothing wrong. That doesn't even make sense. If you did nothing wrong, why are they upset with you? Make it make sense, y'all. If you got two friends and there's no argument, nothing really bad happened, why is she upset? She's trying to say, I did nothing wrong. It's all the other person's fault. No, you obviously had a part to play with it. You kind of told on yourself a few minutes ago. You said they are upset with me, implying that it was something that you said or did. Now you're saying I didn't do anything wrong. So which is it? Did you do something wrong or didn't you? Obviously something happened if you're upset, unless you're faking it.
But I upset you, and so I'm sorry.
You know, I am not Willow's friend. I am not in her personal life. But if I were one of those friends that she's talking about and she's giving this apology on TikTok in front of an audience, I would think of it as being phony. It would not feel sincere to me. I'd be asking the question, why didn't you apologize to me in person? Why do it this way? It feels so incredibly cowardly.
To the other, I'm sorry. You all know who you are.
And you know what? For someone who has upset not just one friend, but two, and one of them has had a friendship with her for over a decade, where are the tears? If you're really, really close to somebody and there's a chance that the friendship may be put on pause or it's over, I would think that would be heartbreaking to lose or potentially lose someone in your life that you cared about. I'd be crying my eyes out if something went down and the thought of losing somebody I cared about out of my life. Not this one. Where are the tears, Willow?
Hey guys,
Oh, I guess this TikTok. Well, I guess they paused it here. There's a message on the screen saying, I seem to have messed up so much so that someone I care about unfollowed me, and I don't know how else to reach out. The other person just won't answer. Today has really sucked, and I don't know how else to fix it. Any way you can. Does the person have an email? Do they have a phone? Can you send them a text message? I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. If you care enough, you'll exhaust every way before you give up. Oh, what happened here? Okay, so I'm reading the messages here. I know it's hard to read. Let me just blow it up a little bit. So this person, Med, is asking Willow, what made them upset? She replies, that's what they thought I was trying to do, but that wasn't at all. And now I feel like a butt because I asked for help. So I guess she went to these friends and she put the pressure on for them to help her. And I take it, being the Willow, the kind of person that she is, this has happened more than once. This has happened too frequently. And the friends are feeling very used. And they're tired of feeling used. They're tired of the one-sided friendship. They're trying to have a friendship with her. And for Willow, it's a situationship. And the situation is, I'm going to keep people around me. And when I grow low on funds or I need help, I'm going to put the shoulder on my friends to help me. And these friends are giving her the cold shoulder, which is sometimes what you have to do. Oh, so she goes on to say, the other friend, I think, feels that I might have been trying to use them because I asked for a favor. Oh, no. Because you asked for a favor. Yeah, the problem with narcissists is that when they ask you for a favor, one thing you can count on is you'll never get that favor back. They will never be that person that they will approach you and say, what can I do for you? Is there anything that I can help you with? Do you need some financial help? I mean, is there anything I can do to repay your kindness? It'll never happen. It's always going to be one-sided. The other things I feels that I might have been trying to use them because I asked for a favor, and I guess they feel like I crossed the line. I don't. One is upset because they feel left out. I'm sure that's what it is anyway, when that wasn't what was intended. So with narcissists, when they need you, they'll be around you. You won't be able to get rid of them. But when they don't need you, they won't make the phone calls. They won't visit you. They won't talk to you. When they need you, they will love bomb the crap out of you. They will friend bomb the crap out of you. I love you so much, man. Thank you so much. Oh, they'll be there when they're in need. But after they get their needs met, or if they figure out you can't fulfill their needs, they'll disappear for a while. And if you're someone and you care about that person, you're left feeling like, what happened? Do I have a friendship here? And you will feel like you're being used because you are. This person says, give them space for a little while before reaching out again. Asweetmadness says, since it's clear they don't want to speak, that's the plan. I'm just mad at myself for upsetting them. Yeah, but you never stop upsetting people, Willow. Everybody you know, you owe. Everybody you know, you try really hard to get something from, but you never give anything back. Not even kindness. You're a mean, nasty person. And that's why eventually you lose everybody, including your roommates, which we're going to get into that real soon. Oh, excuse me. I guess Wendy's World is going through the messages here. I'm just trying to make sure that there's no more. You know, I'm absolutely astonished that anybody would follow this woman on TikTok or be a fan of hers. It's not as if she's being subtle about who she is or what she does. She's very, very above board with it. The fact that she's a narcissist, the fact that she is mean, nasty, she just puts it out there. How anybody can follow someone like her and admire someone like her and be supportive, it's astonishing. People are sympathizing with her, but they're not thinking about what she said in the beginning part of this live. She admitted that she did something, she said something to upset them. And the response of both of these friends was they're just not talking to her. They're not doing any kind of wrong to her. They're just saying, I'm out. And you have to wonder, is she crying? Is she upset because she lost a couple of friends? Or is she crying and upset because she feels, oh, I lost 2 people in my life that I could have gone for help for? Like 2 of my resource lines. Well, it sounds like these friends did not want to be the resource lines anymore. And obviously you did cross lines with them, Willow, and they're not having it. And good on them. You know, the thing with narcissists, they're always testing boundaries. They will always test the boundaries of what you'll tolerate and what you'll put up with and how much money they can get from you and how far they can push you. They're always testing the different boundaries, you know, rather than just enjoying your company and enjoying the outside perspective that you can bring into their life and be a different set of fresh eyes to different situations. So is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. It was a very short video. Very short video. So let's move on to the next video. Okay. So the roommate situation, there's a couple of videos here that I found courtesy of Wendy's World. The first one is covering Asweetmadness wakes up roommates hours before they abruptly move out. So I guess she didn't live alone. She had roommates. And it would seem that she had more than one roommate. I was reading the comments for Wendy's World's video, and there were a total of 6 roommates. They all just up and left. I can't imagine why. I mean, she's a person that she's always on TikTok. She's very noisy. She's always live streaming. The house is a complete mess. There are multiple pets in the house. There are well over half a dozen. So the place is cluttery. It's messy. So you've got a cluttery, messy place with multiple pets, and it's not the pet's fault. Okay, it's not their fault at all. You've got this person, Willow Shirley, that she is not considerate of people at all. She doesn't have a nice personality. Gee, I wonder why the roommates moved out. I just wonder. And then the next video is going to be her freaking out because the roommates did move out. So let me just share the screen. Okay. And let's get into the comments because I want to get into the comments a little bit. Because the comments are interesting. So this person, Babby on 777 says, oh, dang, another tarot reader, rolls eyes. I've been reading tarot and runes since I was 13, and sometimes I will charge money, but it seems like so many of these people read, and from what I've seen, not very well. It's people like this that give it a bad name. Agreed. And that's the issue that I have with Willow Shirley. If she were just a beginning tarot reader, that's different. You know, if she's willing to learn, if her intentions are true and sincere or honest, I wouldn't have a problem with her. But clearly she's a scam artist trying to use the tarot to get rich. And yet she's not nice to people. She scams people. And we're going to get all into that later. Some of the scams that she's pulled on people. It's amazing. It's astonishing. But you're right. She gives most good tarot readers a bad name. You know, if a person goes to someone like Willow Shirley and she's a fake and she's a phony and she's a charlatan, what she is, then the person going to the tarot reader, they're going to come away thinking, well, all tarot readers are liars. They're all scam artists. We're not. There are good ones out there, but there are also bad ones. So within the good apples are the bad apples. And unfortunately, by chance, people might run into the bad ones like Willow Shirley and think that we're all like that. Well, we're not. Terry Christensen says, my God, she's going to spend more money when she can't pay for her bills. Did she get her money? She has no idea what the heck she's doing for a reading. Yeah, and that's something that I find really interesting about Willow Shirley. She comes on live and she does tarot readings for money, but that is not a guaranteed stable way to pay your bills. You can't count on that because you're going to do tarot readings. You don't know how many you're going to do. You don't know how much you're going to make. You don't know when you're going to get that money. Meanwhile, the bills got to get paid. So is that a good way to get your bills paid? No. You need money in hand when those bills come in. Otherwise, things get shut off. So coming on TikTok and doing tarot readings or begging for money, that is not a stable, responsible way to pay your bills. Stability is always good. You know, things like TikTok, maybe even YouTube, that's just chance money. There's a chance you might make it. There's a chance you may not. That's just whatever shopping later money, if you get it. But you got to have some stability along with the chance money. But yet she's always relying on chance. She relies on chance too much. So let's get into this live called Asweetmadness Wakes Up Roommates Hours Before They Abruptly Move Out.
I had to get up, and I accidentally woke up my roommates. And that seems to be a issue of late because my walls are just paper thin. So I've started looking into soundproofing materials, and I found some panels, and they're not terribly expensive. I just need to buy several packs of them for the room.
Again, coming on TikTok, and she's doing the dry begging. She's saying, I've got roommates, the walls are thin. I've got a solution. I need to go out and get these panels. Why didn't you do that before? When the roommates moved in and you figured out, oh, they can hear me, I can hear them, this could be a problem. I might wake them up. They might wake me up so that everybody has some peace and quiet. Maybe I should get some panels and put them up or have somebody else do it. That would have made sense. But you're coming on live and you're saying, I have to get them. That's dry begging. You're saying what you have to do versus what you've already done. You're hoping that your audience pays for those panels. Aren't you, Willow?
So I guess that's my next mission, is to get like 3 or 4 packs of these panels. It took me for
another method of dry begging. She's mentioning to her audience she put them on her wish list. And I bet she passed that sucker out. Oh, if anybody wants to buy stuff off my wish list, here you go. I need this stuff. It is not anybody else's responsibility to make your home living situation better for yourself or your roommates. If you are somebody and you are having a roommate situation where you are inviting people into your house, and if they are paying you a certain amount of rent to rent a room, you, as the landlord, as the one who collects the money, it is your responsibility to buy these things. You shouldn't pass the buck off on people, putting stuff on a wish list and saying, hey, get this stuff for me.
Forever to find them. But or at least the ones that don't make my house look like a sound studio. But anyway, that's what's happening right now. I may go live, but if I do, I have to be quiet. So just keep that in mind. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we will see. If I do go live, I might do some readings.
Don't bother. You suck at it. And you're not a real reader. And I don't like you coming on live and you're trying to use the tarot to what? Get rich? Your sole purpose for putting those cards in your hand is to make money. You don't, anything in life that you do, if you're doing it strictly for money, you will never find happiness with it. If it's not something that you are truly drawn to and you don't have a passion for, you're not really going to connect with it well. Tarot cards included. You've got to have a passion for the tarot. And here's something that I find really amazing about you, Willow. You got the cards and you want to make money with the tarot cards, but you're not willing to study. You're not willing to study up on the cards. You're not willing to go on YouTube and look at tutorials on how to read them properly or study up on how to read intuitively. You're not taking the time to connect with your cards, to know how to shuffle properly and to cleanse properly. You want to do something and you want to make money with it, but you don't care to learn how to be respectful with it and how to do it right. And you got bad energy. I'm just going to tell you that right now. As a tarot reader, you got bad energy, mama. And that bad energy gets passed to your cards. If you got bad energy, your cards are going to have bad energy. If you're starting out your tarot readings and there's an air of desperation, there's an air of, I need money. That energy is being picked up by your cards and you're going to give some effed up readings. That's why I tell people in my readings sometimes or my videos, never, ever, ever do a reading when you're upset, when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're depressed, because that will give really messed up readings, guaranteed. And never do readings when you're under the influence either, for the same reason. But yet that's all you seem to have is bad energy. I've looked at different videos of you. I have yet to see you look happy, feel happy. I have yet to see a video of yours where you say, I'm having a good day. I don't need anything. I'm good. Haven't seen that yet. It's all bad. So if all the energy in you is bad, how can you give good readings, girl?
Because anything else? So if anybody wants a reading.
And this is her begging, again, using the tarot. She's disguising her begging with saying, anybody need a reading? I'll do a reading for you. Whoever's getting a reading from this woman, you're not going to get your money's worth. Whatever it is she's charging. I don't know what she's charging. Don't care, not my business. But I promise you, you're not going to get your money's worth. It won't be worth it. How can you possibly get a good reading off of somebody who has this really constant negative energy? Not possible. I don't care if she's charging $2 for her tarot reading. You're still paying too much. She's using the tarot as a sort of a cloak for her begging, to make it seem like she's giving something in return when she's not.
Check out my live, if I do. I have to make sure I have a moderator handy, or available, not handy. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on. I hope you can hear me. Sorry I have to be so quiet.
You know, she's whispering, so it must be really late or really early. If you have roommates, why not just wait until a decent hour to do a TikTok? I mean, TikTok is always there. If you have roommates and there's a chance that they can hear you, why not wait until a decent hour, or get on your mobility scooter and take a ride outside somewhat? Get away from the house to where there's no chance they can get woke up by you.
I might actually try to move everything into my bedroom tomorrow, today, whatever, and see if I can use that at night instead of the living room. But it's all about being able to be comfortable with my shoulder the way it is. So we will see. But that's my news. I may or may not see you here in a little bit.
You know, watching other TikToks from Willow, I can see why the roommates want to move out. Not only is she an extremely loud woman with her speaking, she's extremely loud, but she's always playing the TV extremely loud. Imagine being a roommate living in a house. You're renting a room from her, and the TV is up glaringly loud, and this woman is speaking extremely loud. You won't be able to get any sleep. That is a situation you will not put up with for long. Okay, so I guess we've got some messages here. Oh, so like there's some information here. So I guess the home that Willow is in is actually owned by her mother. So this place that she's in is actually owned by her mom. And I'm sure that does help her a lot. Willow says, it absolutely does. I would be in a much worse situation if she didn't. And yet I've heard that Willow treats her mom like crap. She treats everybody like crap. Willow is not the kind of person that she counts her blessings and says, you know what, I am blessed that I'm living in a house that my mother owns. Without her, I might be out on the street and I wouldn't have a place for myself or my pets, all of them. I am blessed to have a home. Everything in my life is a blessing, and I should be grateful for it and be gracious for it. But no, she's just the opposite. She's entitled, she's spoiled, she's coddled, and she's rude. Absolutely rude. Now, this person here, remember what I said about her putting the stuff on her wish list? She mentioned the wish list for a reason. Here's proof of that. This person, Chef, says, put them on my wish list so I can find them. Just saves them to your, like you're something like everybody else, subtle. Oh, I guess they're calling her out for putting them on her wish list. The panels for the walls. By the way, if you're someone and you can't afford the bought panels for noise reduction, there are other ways around that. You know, there are all kinds of creative ways around that. I mean, this may seem kind of strange, but I've heard of people using old egg cartons and putting them on the walls to help absorb the sound, or blankets, or like a long section of foam. You can get one of those for cheap, putting those against the wall. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to do it. Where there's a will, there is a way. If you want to help with the noise, and if you're someone that you just can't adjust your schedule to where nobody's getting awakened rudely, there are all kinds of ways to put something against a wall to block the sound. It's just that she would rather people buy her things when they really don't have to. This person says, can't you live alone? Why a roommate? Then no one can bother you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why can't she just live by herself? She says, because I can't afford all of my bills on my own. That's hogwash. That's rubbish. If you've got money for takeout, you've got money for bills. If you can go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of convenience foods, you got money for bills. If you're smart with your money, you can pay those bills and not have roommates. It's just a matter of doing some smart shopping. Like, say, going to the dollar store and seeing what you can find there and saving a whole bunch of money, and only going to the big box stores for the things you can't find in the dollar store. That's how you get it done, Willow. I just saw a video of her that I might review later, where she went to a big box store to do some shopping, and she spent $13 on a pack of Cokes. That $13 that went for soda that she didn't need could have gone for something else, like a bill. So she claims, I cannot afford my bills, but yet she can afford other things that she doesn't necessarily need. Okay, moving on. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So somebody asked the question, talking about the roommate. What if they just run a fan in their room? Would that block noise? I've had fans in my room. Does it block noise a little bit? Yeah, but not all of it. Willow says it helps, but not enough. I just feel bad because he works so hard and has to get up super early in the morning. So I don't like interrupting his sleep. And yet you'll be up all night with the TV blaring, screaming into your TikTok. So obviously you do not have respect for people who work regular jobs, Willow. Maybe you should fix that. This person asked the reasonable question. How about doing lives during the day instead? That makes sense to me. And see. Anything else? So this person just, hold on, this person just asked the question, how about being live during the day instead? And this person attacked that person saying, how about you stop being mean and hateful? Well, how is that question mean and hateful? They were just saying, hey, why not go live during the day? And that way there are no arguments or bad energy with the roommates because they're getting woke up. And the person replied, how is it what I said is rude? It was a simple question. And another person backs them up saying that was not rude at all. I agree. Like I didn't take that question as rude. Not at all. So this was before the roommates moved out. They were still there. They were giving her maybe a little bit extra money. It's really strange. The house didn't even belong to her. It belonged to her mom. Yet she was able to rent out the house to these other people. Mom's okay with that? Okay. Hey, it's mom's place. I ain't got no say over it. So we're going to go to one last video. Let's see. This has to do with after the roommates moved out. This is the aftermath. Okay, we're going to get into this. And let's go.
That my roommates are moving out. So, on top of the stress that I was already feeling,
She talks about her stress. What about the stress of the roommates? In the comments, Willow even said that one of the roommates worked and he had an early shift. He's got to get up early in the morning. I would imagine he's getting up 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And if she's up all night, he's not getting his rest. And if he's not getting his rest, that is affecting his job performance. And if his job performance is slacking too much, he might lose his job. So yeah, he moved out because I'm sure he wanted to keep his job. He's not going to lose it over someone like Willow. But she's over here crying. Oh, it's all my problems. Just thinking about herself.
I lose the assistance that I was getting on a little bit of bills. I don't know what I'm going to do. I already need like $600.
I am so amazed by these TikTok beggars. I thought YouTube was bad. TikTok is far worse, ain't it? It's far worse. At least some of the people on YouTube, they try to be a little bit more subtle about it. This one's not even subtle. She's just putting all her stuff out there.
300 of it by the end of today.
So you're in a dire situation. And you're telling everybody, I need $300 by today. That's a lot of money. Then shouldn't you be online looking for other ways to get that money guaranteed versus coming on TikTok where you don't know? You don't know if somebody's going to help you or not. This is another reason, Willow, why you should not have as many pets as you do. It's absolutely, positively ridiculous to have 8 pets, 7 cats, 1 dog. And one of the cats had kittens. If you're in a place where your future is unstable, your money is unstable, you should not have that many pets relying on you if you can't rely upon yourself. If you're not standing on solid ground as far as your money, the kindest thing you can do is let those pets go to better homes with people that can provide for them. You're having trouble with your mobility. The only way those pets get taken care of is because you have an 8 in the house. So why do that to them? Why do that to those poor babies? I'm not even in your house, but I'm looking at the environment around you. It doesn't look clean. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of space to speak of. And pets need room to roam around, to get the zoomies. And if they don't get it, they start acting out. Yet there's always money issues with you. I need money for this. I need money for that. I need hundreds of dollars. Maybe those pets should go to better homes, and that will make things easier to get on top of things. And then maybe once you get stable, you can decide how many pets you should have that you can actually maintain.
I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of my bills. I'm legit screwed now.
This is hardcore begging.
This is why I tell you all that my pets are important. Because
Oh, that is awful. That is awful. The flip that just happened. She's bringing up all the money she needs, and then she brings up her pets. You have got to be joking me. Tugging on the heartstrings of people in her audience that love animals, that are concerned for the animals. She's relying on those animal-loving people that are concerned for the animals to give up the money so they at least could have a home. The people in her audience that are worried that if Willow loses her home, so do they. That is awful, Willow. You suck.
If I didn't have them, I would give up. Because I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else to handle this.
You know how you handle it? You put your head on straight and you say to yourself, what can I do to make a difference in this situation? I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to think really hard. Do whatever it is you got to do. Do you have anything in your house that you can pawn or you can sell? Anything at all. Can you take out a loan of some sort that you know you can pay back? Do you have any jewelry that you can sell? Instead of going on TikTok where there's a chance you might get your problem solved, but there's a chance there may not, instead of relying on chance, do everything that you can do to fix it. But no, you're not looking inward. You're looking outward towards the public.
I don't even know how to process this right now. I'm screwed. Sorry, I had to calm down and calm the dogs down. I just don't know what I'm going to do. Things were starting to get better. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Well, then get off TikTok and figure it out.
So,
like, seriously, what can strangers on the internet do for you? How can they fix your problems? See, the problem with narcissists, when they get themselves in a hole, they pull the damsel in distress act. Help me, I'm tied to the railroad tracks. Somebody rescue me. And if you're a good person and you do rescue them out of that situation, they'll throw their arms around you and say, thank you so much. But then a week or a month later, they're right back in the same position because they don't learn their lesson. They're constantly getting themselves into situations and into holes that they look towards other people to get them out of, rather than learning not to get into those holes in the first place.
call it whatever you want. But if anybody can help, I'll take it. Any help.
Well, according to you, you just sat there and said you need what, $600, $300, $900? I'm not quite sure how much you need. I kind of missed that part because it was a lot of money. You're expecting the audience to give you $600? You really think that's going to happen? Do you ever think about the people in your audience, Willow? They've got bills to pay. They've got rent to pay. They've got medical expenses. They've got to buy their food. Do you ever think about the other people on the other side of the screen and what they're going through? And maybe understand that and say to yourself, I am not going to get myself in a hole and put myself in that hole and expect complete strangers on the internet to rescue me. Stop being the damsel in distress. This is not a fairy tale. There's no knight on a white horse that's going to save you. This is reality. You got to save yourself.
The other bit of sadness to this is they're going to take 2 of the kittens with them, which is good. They,
again, tugging on the heartstrings of those people that are animal lovers. Willow, if you have unfixed cats in the house, those cats should be taken. And I'm an animal lover, and I love pets, and normally I would say let the pet be with its owner. But if you are in a position where you cannot take care of them, you have no financial stability, you're not doing your due diligence to get the cats fixed, and they are procreating, the cats are getting pregnant, they don't need to be there with you.
have a set of parents that love them, but I will miss them. But right now, I'm more worried about getting the bills paid. So if anybody can help,
This is disgusting, her begging.
if you want to buy from Unique, Color Street, or just donate, I'll take anything at this point. I'm sorry I ended the live, guys. I'll be.
You know, I'm not really a TikTok girl. I'm not much on TikTok. I barely go on there. Like, how many scammers, liars, and deceivers are on TikTok? I mean, is this like a widespread thing where people just go on TikTok and they make an account for the sole purpose of begging? Are they actually getting money that way? I mean, I'm just asking questions over here. I'm on YouTube, but is this what TikTok is all about? Oh, more comments. Oh, and this is a top comment up top saying, I understand pets are important, but if you can't provide for them or yourself, you should give them a home that can. Agreed. I agree with that. She says, I can provide for them and I'm not giving up my animals. Yeah, but you can't provide for them. You're coming to your viewers and saying, I need $600 plus. I need another 300 for this. I need 200 for that. So apparently you are not able to provide because you're constantly begging, Willow. That points towards financial instability. And it's bad enough for you. But if you have fur babies that rely on you, that doesn't look good for them either. Let's move on. Oh. Oh, this is an interesting lie. This is an interesting lie that she told. So this person was trying to give a suggestion saying, check with your local church for assistance. Sweet Madness is telling a lie right here. She says, there are none that will work with me because I'm not a Christian. And this person kind of calls her out on her lie, saying, that's funny. The church helped me when I had cancer, never asked me my faith. I've heard of churches giving all kinds of assistance and helping to pay rent and bills. I mean, there are different organizations that do that. It's really weird to me that Willow has no problem going on TikTok and asking for assistance from total strangers, but her going to a church and asking assistance, she's got a problem with that. Maybe it's because if she went to a church, she would have to be face to face with a person versus people on the internet. And here's somebody giving the suggestion about her going to a food bank, saying, I'm sorry, takes a bit to process, and then try look for a new roommate. Do you have a food bank nearby that can help with food and pet food? Sweet Madness says, yes, I have a wish list. It's on my Linktree. The thing is, though, that person wasn't saying, do you have a wish list and do you have Linktree? They were just giving you an idea about where to get free food, Willow. But you made sure to advertise your Linktree and your wish list so I can see where your head is at, scammer. Let's see. Willow also says, I honestly don't want roommates. I have to find a way that will work without them because it always ends badly. Gee, I wonder why. Why does it end badly, Willow? If you've had multiple roommates and they all leave, why does it end badly? It sounds like you are the common denominator. Maybe because as someone that you're living in the house, you're not keeping up the house. You've got the multiple pets. It's chaotic, the noise, you being on TikTok all the time. I could see how that would drive somebody to madness and they'd want to move out. Like, you are the common denominator, ma'am. You absolutely are. See, there are people in the comments trying to help her. Somebody says, is there any job you can do, even part-time or work from home? There's all kinds of jobs she could do. There's lots of work from home jobs, remote jobs. It's just that she's not looking. And Asweetmadness gets rude and says, if there was, I'd already be doing it. I sell Color Street and Unique. That's what I do. Well, apparently that's not working out too well. If you're on TikTok and you're begging money from people, lots of money, apparently those side hustles ain't hustling too good. So I wouldn't be looking at that as money makers if there's no money being made. People are telling her, can you move in with your mother so you are not alone? So there are lots of people in her comments that are trying to help her, just suggesting ways for her to fix her situation. But I'm getting a sense from Willow that she doesn't want to help herself. She wants other people to help her. She doesn't want to be proactive with helping herself. She just wants people to rescue her out of whatever financial situation she does. Somebody's asking, so sorry to hear this. I know you really liked them. Any luck with the bills? She said, nope, I still need $279. Well, Willow, if you're concerned about yourself, and if you really, really, really love your pets, like you say you do, you would be doing absolutely everything in your power and being proactive with getting that situation positively solved. Do not call yourself a good pet owner if you're not willing to do that, to provide a home for yourself and your pets. I wouldn't call you a good pet owner anyway. If you've done TikToks and you're begging for cat food and cat litter and you're not fixing your cats and they're running around unfixed, you suck at owning pets. You want to own them, but you don't want to take care of them. You want other people to take care of them and provide for them. Provide the food, provide the medical care. And I think it's absolutely disgusting that somebody gave you money to have them fixed and you didn't. Scammer. Okay, next. Moving on. Okay, somebody's asking the question, can you move into a smaller place that's less expensive? So she mentioned that her mother owned the house. So if her mom owned the house, what does she need the $279 for? Or the $600 for? What is that money for exactly? Because that kind of sounds like a rent payment, but if mom owns the house, is the mom charging her rent? I mean, is it her rental payment? I know that she's on disability. She gets money from disability. So what exactly is that money for? She mentions the credit card is maxed out. Everything is maxed out. That's why I'm so desperate at this point. What'd you max out the credit cards on? The place I live in is an expensive part. It's owned by my mother. It will cost me more to move. So again, why do you need the money then? People asking if you can find other roommates. Okay. Everybody's asking, weren't the roommates supposed to give like a 30-day notice? Oh, she also reveals the last 6 roommates I've had either ended badly, so I don't know. So she's had 6 roommates, and it all ended badly. 6 different people. And she's the common denominator between all of them. Like, what did she do that these people are leaving? This person says, you need to learn to budget or get rid of some of your extras, like your TV programs, Alexa, and your numerous animals. Yeah, like if you're having money issues, it's time to downsize. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. If you're having money issues, or you know that money is bad for the time being, it's time to downsize. It's time to minimize. That's just a smart thing to do. But she doesn't want to do that. She wants to live large on a very small paycheck. And the paycheck is not stretching as far as it needs to, or that it can. This is an interesting question. Future says, if you didn't want roommates to begin with, then how did you afford it before they moved in? That's a great question. That's a really great question. So a lot of people in the comments are saying, you've just got a lot of animals. They really should go to other homes. Like it's taking care of animals is a big responsibility. It's a lot of money. If you can't afford it, maybe you should let them go. Okay, moving on. So this is all just comments. So we're just going to end it here. But you guys get a sense of Miss Willow Shirley. Like a true narcissist, she just runs through people. And then people get tired of being used, being lied to, and they move on. And then the narcissist, when it doesn't benefit them, they're like they cry victim. They get into their victim of, it's so bad, and what did I do? And exactly what she's doing. Okay, that's a whole different person. Sorry about that. We'll get into that person later. That's another one on my cow list. We'll just get into her later. But that's it, y'all. That's Miss Willow Shirley. It seems like all the locales, they have the same traits, the same characteristics of gathering people to them, running through them, testing boundaries, borrowing money, to the point where the friends say, I don't really feel like a friend. I feel like you're treating me like an ATM, and I don't like that. And they leave. So what do you guys think of this video? I look forward to your thoughts in the comments. Hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. It's a beautiful day outside for most of us. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.